Julia and her family recently emigrated from Brazil. Julia's parents separated shortly after they arrived. Julia, her sister, and mother, Angela, live in a low-rent neighborhood where Julia is believed to be hanging out with older boys, many rumored to be members of local gangs or selling drugs. Angela asked the guidance counselor at Julia's school to refer Julia to a drug and alcohol counselor for treatment. Angela joins Julia and her counselor Brian during their third interview. The interview takes place in a drug and alcohol treatment center for youth.
And you remember when we were together the last time, we talked about harmful involvement, and the definition that we used at that time was if you use drugs or alcohol or gamble in a way that's causing harm in your life, that's harmful
not causing anything, any problems.
I think it does cause problems. It is causing problems for you.
It doesn't.
Doesn't cause any problems at all, Julia?
Sometimes in my grades, but I don't think it's because of drugs. I don't like it, so I don't push myself to learn.
Right. And how does drugs or alcohol cause a problem with those subjects?
I don't know. I think I always had problems with that subject. So.
Okay. These are not your favorite subjects? That's what you're having?
Yeah, I don't like science and English, so I don't push myself to learn it. That's why my grades are low.
But your grades were better. It's getting worse and worse, even if you don't like them. You don't like them.
They were better before last 3 months.
Yes.
But it's just those subjects.
Better.
But the other ones are not bad. They're good.
Right.
It's just those subjects. See, even she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were better when in Brazil, or they weren't?
Yeah, they were better.
Julia?
Your grades were better.
Yeah, but it's English here, so sometimes.
So sometimes it's difficult because of the new language?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, but even then, I think you're getting worse. So I'm worried that it can be worse and worse and worse.
Can you tell me about the grades, all of the subjects? What are your marks? Is it okay if Julia tells me?
Yeah.
Sure. What are your marks, Julia?
From which subject?
What are your subjects?
The worst ones are English and science.
Yeah. Can you tell me what the marks are?
They're below 50, I think. Yeah, but the other one are not so bad.
Yeah. Tell me what the other ones do. I'm very interested in them.
Like 80 or 75, I don't know. Sometimes they go low because the subject changes, like, I don't know, each time we do a test or whatever. And
so they can fluctuate.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you able to keep the marks up in the other ones?
I like them.
You like them?
Yeah.
So that's a big part of it. So, and that's true, Angela? The marks in the other subjects are a bit better?
Yes. So I think her grades were better, much better. But even then, I think she's not focused in school anymore.
Right.
And she just think about hanging out with her friends and...
It's not.
It is true. It is. So
it's not.
Okay. But what I'm worried is with people she's hanging out and using drug with. That's my concern. I think they're bad guys. They are involved with gangs, and
You don't even know.
I know your friends. Of course, I know your friends.
You don't know them.
Yeah, but I don't feel that I can trust them. Mr. Paris, I'm sorry, but I have a lot of concerns about the people that she's hanging out. They're boys. I think they're involved in gangs. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult you, but they're black guys. And I'm sorry, but it really worries me because unfortunately in Brazil we see that many of the black guys are so much involved with drug traffic, and with poverty, extreme poverty, and they have so few opportunities. And I'm sorry, so it's so confused for me. So I don't mean to be racist, but it's something that really worries me about. I'm really sorry. I don't.
Oh, it's okay. No, I'm glad that you're bringing it up. I'm glad that you're raising this issue. It takes courage to do that. Okay. So I really appreciate it. And I just want you to know, I want to know all your concerns. and even concerns about people from my ethnic group. I want, whatever they are, I want to know about them.
Okay.
Well, now what I'd like to try to do is try to sort out a little bit just what are the kind of key points you're concerned about. Was it that Julia was associating with them black boys, or was it about their behaviors that might be going on with them?
I think because of their behavior, that's what I really am concerned. And my biggest concern is, I'm not sure, it's not because of they are Afro-descendant or black people, but because sometimes they are related with bad things. I'm not saying that every black people
so
are not
that's,
good, but
you can't say that. You don't know.
I know them.
It's not true.
I live in a community.
Right.
It's a poor community, and I've heard that there are a lot of drug traffic here. So they might be involved. So that's my concern. They are
Right.
not a good influence.
So you're worried that they might be.
Yes.
Right. So, Julia, I wonder if you can tell me a little bit about how you spend your weekends with your friends. What do you do?
We hang out. We hang out.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's what everyone does.
Is it the whole weekends, like Friday through to Sunday, you're with your friends? With the
Yeah,
friends that your mom's
it's
concerned
weekend.
about?
I don't have anything to do.
Okay, all right.
But I don't know exactly what they do when they hang out. That's what I'm worried. What do they do when they hang out? I don't know. What do? You just talk, or you drink? Or you drink, or do you use?
Do you ever go to their houses to visit them, and do they come to yours?
No,
No,
they don't come at home. No, they
Eu tô
don't.
falando, meu. They don't come home. I go to their houses.
If there was things to do together, Julia, you'd be home more? You'd try to be home a little bit more?
Maybe.
Yeah? That's
Yeah,
something that we could work on?
Maybe.
I don't know what can I do for her, because she never hear me. Sometimes I ask her, oh yes, we can go to a movie, or you could
I
stay
do.
here. Yeah, and you could stay here, help me with, to help me at home, or help with her brother and sister, and stay at home with the family. But she prefers to hang out with them.
Yeah,
So
it's funnier.
she said it's funny, but
Fun.
it's fun.
Yeah.
They have fun, but I think she could have fun with healthier
Why do
things.
you want your daughter home more, Angela? I wasn't sure.
Because I think it's dangerous outside. I don't know. I don't know what can happen. She can really be more and more involved with drug. She can start trafficking drugs, and she can start having sex. And she's so young. So if she stay at home with me, I think I would protect her more.
Is there something that we can do to help Mom to relax, as you would say? And so that she would have greater confidence that it's okay?
Yeah.
What do you think we could do to help Mom to relax a little bit and to not to worry
If
so
she
much?
doesn't believe us, we can't help in anything. I just she just thinks that, but it's not true.
Yeah. So does Mom know where you're going when you leave the house?
Before I go, I tell her.
Before you leave home, you tell her where you're going? Okay. How do you contact each other if Mom needs to call you, Julia? How does that happen?
Yeah,
No, you don't call me.
I don't call you, but before I go, I tell you where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes I call her and it's not working.
You never called.
So
But I think you have to call me.
No, you do. You want to know what's happening.
right. So maybe we could share it. Maybe we could share the responsibility of let each other know what's going on.
No, I tried to call sometimes, but it was not working. I don't know why. Her cell phone sometimes doesn't work.
Is the cell phone turned on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And but that's something that's okay when Mom checks in with you to see how things are going.
She doesn't like me. She doesn't like when I call her or if I ask her what she's
Yeah,
doing.
she calls every 5 minutes. That's what I don't like.
Okay. So if Mom called, it's okay for Mom to call, but not so often.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is that something that we could work on, Julia? You call sometimes, Mom calls sometimes?
Yeah. I think
No,
it'll
she
be better.
calls.
Okay.
Okay. So just let me review with you, Julia, what I understand has happened up till now in terms of your drug use and other concerns. If I get it wrong, though, please correct me as we go along. Is that okay? Okay. So you told me over the last number of weekends, you used somewhere between 2 to 3 beer, 2 grams of marijuana you share with about 4 friends. Is that correct? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's normally how your drug use occurs on weekends.
Yeah.
Okay. And the guys that you're hanging with, the guys and girls that you hang with, they all use drugs and alcohol? Some more than you, though. And that you told me that some of these guys are in trouble with the law sometimes. They do things that the law gets involved.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are any of them involved in gangs?
I don't know, I think some of them, but not all of them, and I don't go with them.
Okay. So you're not involved with them when they're doing kind of gang-related activities. You're not part of that.
Yeah.
You have fun with them and you enjoy their company, but other than that, you're not interested in getting involved in criminal activity. And in fact, when it looks like that might happen, you leave.
Yeah.
As a way of keeping yourself safe. Okay. That's very helpful to know that.
No.
All right.
How do you know that you're not doing exactly what they're doing
Yeah.
right now?
Que é gang? É que vai e dá tiro, não é? Eu consigo ver eles dando tiro.
Okay.
É óbvio.
She
Help
would
me.
like to know a little bit more about gangs, what gangs do. Like, I think they make traffic.
I can see what they're doing, so.
They
Right.
do more criminal
Right.
activities. And maybe it's a starting point, you know? Maybe they are also doing that.
Like,
So for instance, sometimes young people tell me in my office that there's a plan for someone to do a break and enter on a car. They want one of the people to watch while the other one does it. Do you ever get asked to do stuff like that?
yeah, but I don't do it.
But you don't do it. So that would be when people start talking about doing stuff like that, what would you do as a safety to make yourself safe?
I'd say I'd just go home.
Well, I hear 2 things though, Angela. I hear you're concerned that she may be in danger and when around these guys because of the behavior that they're doing. But I hear another thing too, which is that Julia is watching for when it's maybe unsafe and she's doing something. She's acting on that information. Okay. She's removing herself. I'm still a little bit confused about what you like about this group that you hang out with. What is it that the group does for you? What do you do for the group? What's the
I
group
don't
do
know,
for
they're
you?
my friends.
They're your friends. And they've been your friends for how long again?
Since I moved here.
Since you moved here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you go to movies at all or like theater movies?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Good. That
But I
sounds
don't
like
know
fun.
where she finds money for do that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right. So can you help us with that, Julia? Where does the money come from?
They pay for me.
They pay for you.
And I don't know where they get the money. They just pay for me.
Okay.
So
Fair
that's
enough.
why I'm
Right.
worried.
Fair enough. So they like you. They want you to be with them. They pay your way. Is there any expectation? Do they have any expectation from you, having given you the money?
I don't know.
So, you know,
they
I
have-
think they have.
Well, but let's see if there's. Let's look for the evidence. So have they asked you to do something that you'd be uncomfortable about?
Mm-mm.
So there hasn't been.
Maybe the gang things, but I don't do it, so I don't care.
Okay. So you just tell them no?
Yeah.
Do you have friends that you're really close to?
In Brazil, yeah.
As I understand it, there's been lots of changes since you've come from Brazil.
Yeah.
And can you talk a little bit about what those changes have been?
I stopped dancing. That's a big change because I used to dance a lot.
Mm-hmm. How often were you dancing at home?
Twice
Yeah.
or sometimes 3 times.
Wow.
And 1 hour and a half or 2 hours. No, ballet and tap dancing together was 3 hours, I think.
Wow, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you still interested in those activities?
Yeah, I'd like to go back to dancing classes,
Mm-hmm.
but my mom can't pay for it, so
Yeah. And how do you feel about that?
bad.
Yeah. And do you talk to Mom about?
No.
No? Okay. What else has changed?
My dad left us. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was that something that surprised you?
Yeah.
That was a big surprise. It seems that it's very difficult to talk about Dad. Very painful. Is there anything that I can do to make it easier to talk about what's happened?
Mm-mm. No.
And do you ever talk to your mom about how you feel about your dad?
She calls him asshole like all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
he drinks a lot. But you don't need to
He is.
talk about it.
Yeah, but you have to talk about that, Julia. We came here with him. He left us here. We are alone here. Ele é idiota.
Eu não preciso ficar falando dele toda hora.
But he is, and you have to talk about that. Okay?
And so for you, Julia, how do you get breaks from away from all of this stuff with Dad? What do you do for yourself? Are your friends helpful for you in that way?
Yeah, they're fun to be with. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I like hanging out with them because they accept me the way I am, and they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have a very good understanding, Julia, from you about some of the bad things, the difficulties that's happened. Now I'm hoping to have a better understanding too about what are some of the good things that are happening in your life right now.
The school is easier here because in Brazil I had a lot of homework and the subjects were difficult.
Yeah.
So here is better. I like here. Yeah.
Oh, good. Generally understand there's been a number of losses. You're no longer involved in your ballet or your dance, and your dad's no longer actively involved in it.
Yeah.
And it feels like that's a lot of loss to deal with. Julia told me a lot about her losses, and yes, there are some bright moments too. Wondering about your losses, what are some of the challenges that you're seeing?
You know, we are here as immigrants. I think it's not that easy. I'm working in a daycare with children, and I think it's not a very good job. And I'm really thinking about going back to Brazil. I have no choice.
I don't want to go back.
I know you don't want to go back, but maybe we have to go back. You know, I don't know. I don't have many choices, and I think this is one thing that I'm thinking about doing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But Julia doesn't want to go back. I know that, and she keeps saying that I don't listen to her or her feelings. But you know, I don't know what choice I have besides going back. I'm illegal. I don't have a citizenship or a permit to be here. I had a permit, but it expired, so I'm illegal. You know, it's a very uncomfortable situation. It's carried me sometimes, so it's really bad. Yeah.
In some ways, it doesn't feel like you have as much as of a choice if you're illegal.
Yeah.
Have you looked at how you could stay if you wanted to?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Is that something we need to look into?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that the family was not legally here? Like your family, you and Mom, and are not legally allowed to stay after a certain period of time?
Yeah, I know that, but I don't understand like why.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Everything isn't completely bad, is it? You have some good things that are happening.
Yeah.
And you would go to those if you're hanging with friends who you like and you have fun with.
Yeah.
Right? But also there's some things there that's going on that we might need to look at.
But I think I'm already safe. I don't need anything else.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we need to talk about that some more. And you're open to your mom having contact with you on the cell phone? Not as often as before?
Yeah.
Okay. And it sounds like your mom is willing to try that. Is that something that we continue to work on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just
Not
as
that
often.
much. Yeah.
Just not as often as before. So we need to kind of work on that together. Julia, you said that your passion is dance and ballet. You really like that.
Yeah, and tap dancing.
And tap dancing.
Yeah.
Maybe we could look into finding if there's organizations that can help Julia get involved in ballet or dance again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Great.
Good. If we found some programs to go to, you would go to them? Yeah? How about that, Angela?
Okay. I think it's good, yeah, because she'll be like away from these friends that I don't like, so she can.
Well, I'm not gonna get rid of them just because I'm practicing ballet or tap dancing or whatever.
I don't know. Okay, I agree.
It's a
But
very
I think it's a
important
good
issue,
idea.
Angela, actually. And so recommending to you and suggesting ballet and dance isn't for her to, that's not why I mean, the reason why I brought it up as an issue for you guys to talk about is because she really enjoyed it.
Really try hard to call her just twice a day,
Okay.
through the weekends, just to check it.
So can you just mark down how many
will.
times on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Do I call her?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we'll talk about it when we meet again.
Yeah, okay.
And maybe I could take the responsibility to look into getting subsidization for ballet and dance.
Okay.
Right? There is the one other issue, though, and that sort of was the initial issue that brought us all together, which is the involvement with drugs and alcohol, Julia.
Yes, yes.
So I think we do need to continue to monitor that.
Okay, I think it's good. It's necessary, yeah.
So what I'd like you to do, if you would, to record that, your alcohol use and also your marijuana use on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
I'll do that, but I don't think it's necessary because it's just a little bit.
And I'm glad that you're able to you're willing to take a look at that. And all I'm trying to do right now is just trying to get the facts about how often you're actually drinking, when, and what the context is. Is there anything else that we've missed that you think that we should talk about before we finish up?
I'd like some help to think about the immigrant issues, Brian. Like it could help me with the legal aspects of that, and I think it would be really helpful for me at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be really nice.
So I can explore some more about that and maybe bring some information next time.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to talk to a legal person.
Okay.
I'm not a legal person, but we can certainly get a hold of someone who can maybe come and sit and talk with us about what are some things that we can do to make it possible for you, to see if it's possible to say. Our time is just about up together. I wanted to just check in and see how you felt the sessions went today.
Okay.
So can you talk to me about that, Julia? How do you feel it went?
I'm glad that Mom heard me about what I feel about that and about not going back to Brazil because she never hears me.
So you really felt heard today.
Yeah.
That's great. Angela?
Yes, I agree. I think it was very good opportunity to talk about the difficulties we're having, and I think you talk about some good alternatives